Hey everybody, welcome to our weekend check-in video for PSY-45 Research Methods for Saturday, November 19th. Just going to go over a few items as I always do, so let's get started. First up, your literature review paper, the final component. Today is the last day you can turn that in late. Remember the late policies there that are stated at the bottom of the instructions and also at the bottom of the submission area and on your syllabus there. That is 10% off for being late, then it's an additional 5% off for every 24-hour period after that. And up to 72 hours late, and today is the last day. That's the 72nd hour, if you will, tonight at 11:59 p.m. So hopefully you got it in by then. I will post an announcement indicating that I've reviewed all the papers and posted feedback and everything, so keep an eye out for that. That'll be coming up soon, but not immediately. Next up here, your current chapter 13 on the descriptive research strategy. I had you watch another video from that long-running ABC reality show, What Would You Do? And most of you posted some really great remarks there. It's certainly a very moving sort of video, but there's also some interesting stuff there regarding the descriptive research strategy, which is why I had you watch it. So I appreciate the effort that some of you put in. I mean, some of you really put in a lot of effort, so that was nice to see. Next up here, the important thing is that your Unit 4 exam is coming up this Monday through Wednesday, the 21st through the 23rd. Don't forget, you'll find a study guide at the bottom of Unit 4 to help you prepare. And as always on the study guide, pay careful attention to those two areas that you'll find italicized with asterisks all around it. That's the content that your two short answer essay questions will be based on, so please make sure that you prepare yourself accordingly. And when you do enter those questions, please be careful, as it says in the instructions there. Don't copy and paste information from your textbook, and also don't copy and paste information you may find on some psychology related website there. Stick to the information that's in your book, but make sure that you paraphrase that information so that you get the proper points there. And also a reminder, and you saw this on the exam announcement that I made earlier this week, don't forget your MindTap assignments, chapters 11 through 13. Those are due this coming Sunday, the 20th, there by 11:59 p.m. So make sure you get those in so you can get those points there. Next up here is that our last unit, Unit 5, is going to open up Tuesday of this coming week on the 22nd. It only covers actually two chapters, chapters 14 and 15. So certainly you can work ahead on those, but also keep in mind there too that the chapter 14 and 15 quiz and discussion, those are both going to be due on the last regular Friday of our semester. Not this coming Friday, but the following Friday there on December 3rd. So again, you can always work ahead and just knock that out of the way, but do keep that in mind, and you will get a reminder announcement. We did the same thing back there in chapters 9 and 10 where I had to kind of double up there because of the time restraints that we have there, or constraints, pardon me. So make sure that you get that all straightened out there, and don't forget to have those turned in. And always keep in mind that time differential when those things are due on that due date. The discussions are due at 9 p.m. that day, and the quizzes are due at 11:59 p.m. So do keep that in mind there. But again, feel free to work ahead. And I will just make a little special note here for you too on these last two chapters. Chapter 14 I'm going to handle in the regular fashion and cover what I normally do in the lectures and everything, and just have a standard setup. But chapter 15, the chapter on statistics, I am very selective in what I cover, so do pay careful attention to what you find in the lecture outline. Do pay careful attention to what I cover in the lecture videos, because that's all I'm going to hold you responsible for. I'm not going to make you relearn ANOVAs and t-tests and all those things, but I am going to expect that you understand how you use those statistical tests to determine whether or not your hypothesis was significant. And you may know the phrase statistically significant. We're going to review all that, going to really drill down into hypothesis testing, because that's pretty important. And chapter 15 really brings us full circle for the course. We're going to tie together everything that we've learned so far, so definitely keep that in mind there. And also, you might want to check out the study guide there if you want to peek ahead there and note the information for chapter 15. Again, I am very selective in what I'm going to hold you responsible for, so that should really narrow your focus on what you pay attention to in the lecture videos and in the reading there. And last thing here is that when we have our final exam, it'll just be over these last two chapters, chapters 14 and 15, so it's still just a regular unit exam. The difference is it's only going to cover two chapters, chapters 14 and 15, so it's not cumulative, it's not comprehensive, it's just these last two chapters, so do keep that in mind. When you get to chapter 14, by the way, there are a lot of visuals, so when I do the lecture videos, do pay attention because I do use a lot of the same figures and graphs that are in your textbook there. So you really have to see things to understand these single subject research designs, as they're called, experimental designs, pardon me. And you really need to be able to see them to understand how those work. So there's lots of graphs and lots of visual inspection as you're going to learn. So it's a pretty fun chapter, actually. I think it's pretty interesting. But anyway, that's everything I wanted to say for right now. If you need anything in the meantime, please reach out via email on Canvas and I'll be glad to get back to you. Otherwise, maybe I'll see you in our live session this coming Monday, and I will see you in those lecture videos, and I'll see you here next time on Saturday. Take care for now. Bye-bye.